February is Black History Month, and tonight 12 News is putting a spotlight on a Valley woman breaking barriers in professional auto racing. Latasha Causey, track president of Phoenix Raceway, is the first female Black president in NASCAR history. I had a chance to catch up with her about how she hopes to inspire the next generation of leaders. Phoenix Raceway in Avondale, home of the NASCAR Cup Series and NASCAR Championship Weekend.
There is nothing like a NASCAR experience, right? I mean, you talk about the noise, you talk about the access.
It's one of Arizona's oldest sports venues with a 61-year tradition of entertaining racing fans from all over the world.
We have some of the most loyal fans at NASCAR.
At the helm is Latasha Causey. She's the first Black female track president in NASCAR's 75-year history and only the second woman to earn the title.
So in the beginning, it was more of like, that's cool, but then now, as I've been in it, truly it becomes an obligation to make sure that, not only am I the first, but I'm not the last.
Growing up just miles from Phoenix Raceway in the West Valley, NASCAR track president is a title Causey never dreamed of having.
I mean, I'm born and raised here and didn't come to the raceway until I was an adult.
An ASU grad with a master's in human resources, Causey spent the past 2 decades in leadership roles in banking, insurance, and local nonprofits. Her business acumen and strong ties to the community caught the attention of former track president Julie Guise. In 2022, Causey was invited to make the transition into motorsports racing.
One thing that I say regularly, if you're not taking risk or taking on opportunities that scare you, then you're probably not in the right role. You're comfortable. You've gotten comfortable. So get out of your comfort zone.
Since taking the role, Causey has focused her efforts on diversity and inclusivity in motorsports, engaging with those communities lacking exposure to the sport, like Arizona's large Latino population.
We have our race that's coming up here in March, and we'll have a STEM day where we'll have almost 500 kids that will come from Title I schools to participate, and it's like the raceway is their playground for the day, right? So doing unique things like that, and then all of those kids, we're gonna give them tickets to come back to our race on Saturday with an adult so that they can experience it.
Inclusivity is something NASCAR has focused on for nearly 2 decades. Through their Drive for Diversity program, drivers like Bubba Wallace, the first African American with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and newcomers Raja Caruth and LeVar Scott, broadening the fan base.
So when you're out there, you see a lot of pit crew members. Majority of the pit crew members are probably Black.
Causey says her vision for diversity is holistic.
We know it matters. Diversity of thought matters. You got to have everybody can't be the same because your company won't progress, no matter what company you're with.
Under her leadership, Phoenix Raceway has seen sold-out races for the first time in a decade. Another one of her priorities, to attract new visitors outside of race days, hosting about 200 events at the raceway each year.
So while our bread and butter is NASCAR racing, and that's what we do, we also, we rent out the raceway. We have tons of acres of land out here, and so we do multiple things like concerts out here, corporate business meetings. We're going to have a couple of proms coming up here.
Causey credits her hard work and past experiences for where she is today. And her advice for those following in her footsteps is to build strong relationships with people who know who you are and what you can do.
I also think that sometimes us, especially in the Black community, we never really ask for help or use our network or, we got it, right? We always have it, which we do, but we also need help and we need support. Don't apologize for who you are, right? I think that all of us get into this space or this place when it's just us or when people are not like us, we start to question well, why am I here? Should I be here? Well, if you work for it, you deserve it, right? And take it and run with it.
While becoming a trailblazer is an honor, the wife and mother of 2 says she hopes her true legacy is remembered as someone who was a collaborator and a voice for the voiceless.
I just hope to be able to raise really good humans. I have teenagers, and I want my boys. I want my boys to be proud, right? I want them to be proud of their mom and proud of the things that I have done for them, as well as other people.
Yeah, and she says also if you're trying something new, immerse yourself. She had to immerse herself into NASCAR quickly because, you know, she came from the insurance business.
Sure.
USAA, Bell
Completely
Bank,
different than NASCAR.
U-Haul,
Yeah.
completely different than NASCAR. So she just had to dive right in there.
It seems like she's just knocked it out of the park,
It
though.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to check out a NASCAR event, we've got the NASCAR Cup Series and the Xfinity races. They're coming up March 8th and 9th, and that's happening, of course, out at Phoenix Raceway in Avondale.
Great story. All right, still ahead.